What's going on, guys? It's your girl Brii Brii from Brii Brii Eats, and today I'm coming at you with a video all about me. Also, you do see here, I know you see the title to the video, of course, and it does say my teen pregnancy story. So yes, I'm gonna tell you guys. Today you're gonna get a 2 for 1. So before I get into the video, I do want to ask you guys to please subscribe. I am new to YouTube. Today, this is my second video that I'm going to be uploading today. I'm going to try to do weekly videos. If not more than one video a week. So I do ask you to please subscribe to my channel, thumbs up on my videos, and also hit the bell notification so you can be notified every time I post a video. So back to the matter at hand. So I feel like in my mukbang video, I really didn't talk much. I had a lot of background noise going on. I do want to apologize to you guys that are watching or that did watch that video about all the background noise. I did have my children. It was Christmas Eve. We were doing a lot. But you know, that's what it is. So like I said, my name is Brittany. Short, well, I call me Brii Brii. I live in South Carolina, and I am originally from New York City. I have 3 beautiful kids. I have a son named Aiden, who is 8 years old. I have a daughter named Emery, who is 6, and I have a son named Julius, who is 3. I have a wonderful boyfriend named Antonio, which hopefully you guys will be seeing him on my channel sooner than later. He's not a big video social media guy, so maybe not. We'll see. I am a caseworker. I work for my state. I enjoy doing that. I also enjoy being a mom, which I feel like that was my calling from Jesus, is to be a mom. Um, I also enjoy cooking, um, and eating the cooking. um, so yeah, that's a little bit about me. If you have any more questions, maybe you're curious, you want to know something or whatever the case be. So something is in my eye. Sorry. So if you have any more questions, something you may want to know, please feel free to. So if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. Any questions that you may want to know, comment down below and let me know what you want to know. So like I said, you guys are gonna get in a 2 for 1 today. Like I said, you guys are gonna be getting a 2 for 1 today. So basically, I was on YouTube this morning, just kind of scrolling, looking, seeing what's new, what's going on, and I've seen a couple of different stories about teen pregnancy. Now I don't know if that's something that's trending. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. I thought maybe I should share my teen pregnancy story with you guys. Maybe that'll make you feel a little bit more closer to me. So I told you guys my son Aiden is 8. That's my oldest son, and that's who became pregnant with at 17. Um, Basically, I met Aiden's father. We were like, I think I was like maybe ninth grade. Might have been like a transition between eighth and ninth. It was really early on. I knew him for a while. I met him. My godmother, I love her so much. She used to take me and my god sister everywhere. We used to go, all kind of events, and most of the time it wasn't just always like things for ourselves, like arcades and whatever. It was a lot of times things to help other people. We would always go to this place called God's Storehouse, and we would help like pack book bags for less fortunate children that didn't have school supplies. We were helping out at soup kitchens. She was a wonderful woman. She really loved giving back and helping people, and she always influenced me and my god sister to do the same. And we always had fun. So, with that being said, we went to this back to school bash, and at this time, we were not helping. We were more so like just enjoying the festivities of the Back School Bash. I don't know if like where you guys live, if you have a lot of those, but I know here in South Carolina we have a lot of Back School Bashes. A lot of like big influencers in our city do a lot of those where they're giving back book bags, haircuts, hairstyles, nails. You know, that's a big thing. Like just giving away school supplies, letting the kids have one big last blowout fun before school comes back. My godmom took us to one. And this one was a big one. It was, I mean, a lot of different influencers there. Hair salons, barbershops, a lot of things. And I remember going. It was me, my god sister, my cousins, two of my cousins, and my godmom. That was she took all of the girls. So we got to the Back School Bash and everything was everything. Like, it was cool. And we just walking around. I remember because before we went, we had me and my cousins, because we lived together, and my god sister, of course, she didn't live with me at the time. Well, she didn't live with me ever, but at the time, my cousins were living with me, more like sisters. We grew up like sisters, but they were my cousins, but we were living together. And I remember begging my mom. We begged my mom to please, 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 please. Let us wear these we had like these matching dresses. They were like striped dresses. They had like little buttons right here. And they had like a hoodie, and we wore them. And then we had like leggings on under them. It was like a dress type of deal, really cute. And we wore like it was different colors, but like we all wore the same thing basically. So, yeah. So then we all, we looked nice. Hair was done. Everything was cool. Copacetic. We were walking around, and I remember seeing my son's father, and I guess that was his cousin, his best friend. I don't know. They were like walking around, and they were staring at me and my cousins, like staring us down hard. Um, I have a lot of insecurities about myself, so especially at that time, dark skinned girls was not in. Like little brown skinned girls, you was not it. But no. Dark skin just wasn't it, just to be honest. And I went to school, like middle school, high school in like the early 2000s. I'm a millennial. Um, so, we just wasn't in, I guess, or guys didn't see our beauty then, whatever. So, little brown skinned girl didn't think that little light skinned boy was trying to talk to her. Like, what? You trying to talk to me? But so anyway, um, my cousin was like, she was real outspoken. She didn't care. Both of my cousins are like that. Like to this day, they're both very like in your face. We don't give up, and both of them are mixed. They're beautiful women. Both have beautiful children. I love them to death. So they were light skinned, and I was pretty brown skinned girl. No, but anyway, so we were there. My cousin was like, if he want to talk to me, because she got this real strong New York accent, y'all. So she's like, if he wanted to talk to me, he could just come over here and talk to me. He don't got to stare. So I thought it was fun. We was like, laughing, like, that's whatever. So, um, the friend or the cousin, I can't remember if that was his cousin or his friend. People from the streets, everybody their cousin, everybody their brother, whatever. So he was like, the cousin came over there. He was like, saying what's up to us. And then I remember my baby father coming over there. I mean, my baby father, like, very, very light bright. So he came over there and he was just like, oh, I want to talk to this chocolate drop like that. So my cousin was like, what? Whatever. So that's how I met him basically. We exchanged numbers and that was like history. So me and him talked on and off for a while. Our relationship was really long distance because in high school, middle school, like you weren't traveling 30 minutes to go see nobody. Like if you didn't live in the neighborhood, you was just SOL basically. Um, he lived far from me. So like I think it was like 30, 45 minutes away from each other. So like we would mostly talk and text on the phone. Like, texting wasn't a big thing either, like at that time. So we would like talk on the phone and stuff like that. Um and as time went on, I got a little bit older. Like I started going to see him, like finding my own ways. So like one of my biggest ways, because my parents were really strict, but they were like strict for the right reasons. So like one of the ways that I would go see him would be like I had this friend. I used to take JRTC in high school. Like that was one of my big things I prided on was the military. Funny to say because I'm from New York, but that was a big thing for me. I love this the structure of it. I love the family oriented thing. Like I said, my parents raised my brothers to be very family oriented. So it felt really nice to be part of something, outside of like gym. So I had a friend. She was a little bit older than me. And she used to get early dismissal. So, like, when you completed most of your classes and you really don't have nothing else to do for the rest of the day, they let you go home. So I will always have her to drop me off after our JRTC class. I would have her drop me off to my boyfriend's house because that's what he was. And that lasted for a while. She dropped me off until the class that I was skipping all the time to get dropped off started to become an issue because I had to take classes over. But funny to say, all that skipping class and going over there, I did not get pregnant. Um, then I remember this day. I had a friend. Me and him would hang out all the time, and I asked him. I was like, because me and Sid said we. Oh, I didn't want to say his name. Let's just call him Baby Daddy, because I don't want to call him that. Um, Me and him was on and off for a while. Like, he was doing his thing, I was doing my thing. We would talk to each other, probably, get back together for a little bit, and then we would just like split off. Like that was just us. Um, so um at this time we were kind of on, I should say, like we was kind of rekindling stuff out, if you want to say. And I remember me and my friend were like driving. I remember him telling me that he had moved with him and his mom had moved over to by where we were. So I was like, I'll go hang out with him for a little bit. So I asked my friend to drop me off. He was like, yeah, that's cool. So I went over there, hung out with him or whatever. His mom was really laxy, lazy. Like I could say, like not lazy. I'm not trying to call her lazy. She was a really nice person. But she was kind of like I guess wasn't as strict as my parents. So I kind of took it as like do whatever you want to do, but she was like she loved her children. She tried her, she did her best to raise them in a good upbringing. But my parents were like OD strict. So um yeah, like it was just different things for me. So I remember going over there, and we were supposed to just hang out and talk because his mom was home. He's like, we can't really do much. My mom's here, blah 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 blah. You know how that go. So I was like, that's cool. I just wanted to see you. I was on this side of town, etc., etc. And I really did want his mom to take me home, but that wound up not happening. I want to stay in the night. But his mom was like, Brittany, you can sleep in the room, and baby daddy, you need to sleep on the couch outside. Well, not outside, but on the couch in the living room. So that lasted for a while, and then, well, we wound up basically. So basically, that lasted for a while. We wound up having a little, y'all know how babies are made. And if you don't know how babies are made, you too young to be watching this video. Period. No, but yeah. So basically that happened. Everything was cool, copacetic, that's that. So life went on, of course. I had a job. So I remember I was working night shift this one particular night. I used to work this place called Zaxby's. It's a chicken place. They sell chicken fries, chicken wings, If you guys hear my kids in the background, I do apologize. Day after Christmas, and all the toys are like, have to be open right now. So that's what they're up there doing, having a ball. Which so if it bothers you, I apologize. But kids are gonna be kids. So, like I was saying, so I was at work, and I was working a night shift, and I remember feeling like death. And I tried to stick it in there, but I told my supervisor like I had to go. Like it was so bad, I was sitting down on the floor. Anybody that's worked fast food, I don't care what fast food restaurant you've worked at, those floors during a busy like shift are horrendous. Okay, so I was sitting on the floor. That's how I know I wasn't feeling well. And I'm not a sickly person. I have a very strong immune system. So the only time I tell people all the time, the only time I get sick is like when it goes from cold to hot and hot to cold. Like I don't get sick. I might catch a headache or whatever you may say, but most of the time, like yeah. So, um, basically, um, I was sick. And I called my mom. I told her to come pick me up. And I thought like maybe I had the flu. I thought maybe I don't know what I thought. I was just like, this is a virus. I need to go home. I don't feel well. I'm going. So mom here picked me up. She really didn't ask me much questions. I got home. At the time I got my at the time my grandfather was visiting us. My grandfather has passed on. God rest his soul. I love you, granddaddy. But um he was visiting us for a couple weeks. He lived in New York, we were in South Carolina. So I remember all I wanted to do that night was come home, take a shower, and get in the bed. So that's exactly what I did. No one bothered me. No one said anything. They let me do my thing. So I went. That was a Saturday night. So Sunday morning I woke up kind of like death. Got up looking for something to drink because like I feel like my whole face was like a dry sponge. Like I needed something to drink. So I remember my grandfather was in the living room. He was kind of just like chilling out, and then he was like, "Brittany, how you feeling?" Talking to me. I'm like, "I'm feeling alright, Grandpa. Just kind of icky feeling." And he was just like, "Okay, well, um." He wanted to ask me a question. So I was like, okay, what's going on, Gramps? So he was like, um, I just want to ask you a question. I want you to tell me the truth, or, I'm like, okay, Gramps, what's going on? And he was like, are you having sex? I was like, what? Like, nobody wants to tell their dad or their grandfather that they're having the sex. Like, no one wants to having the sex. But basically he asked me that, and I was like, no, I'm not telling him that. So I was like, Grandpa, what? No, bye, I'm going in my room. Bye, bye, bye. I'm getting my drink, I'm going in my room. So he was like, all right, da, da, da. So he's talking to my mom came upstairs in the midst of that, and she was just like, oh, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I already set one, just and that and that. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, fine. So I got up the next morning. The appointment's at 8 o'clock in the morning. My mom drove me down there. Of course, we get there. Said like Sunset Women's Clinic, but like only place I've ever been was the pediatrician. Yes, I was still going to pediatrician at 17 years old. Even though I was sexually active, but different time, different era. I'm pretty sure like 15-year-olds are going to the gynecologist now. But like I said, different era, different scenario, different time. Um, so we go to the thing, and I'm like, ugh, I'm just like, I'm over this. I'm just wanting this doctor to give me some antibiotics or whatever they're gonna give me. I want to go home. So we go in, they ask for a urine sample, I give it to them. We sit down in the waiting room. They call me back. I was like, go ahead and go, you can go. And my mom was she was she used to do this thing called Sudoku. If anybody knows what Sudoku is. So she used to do Sudoku. I hated it because I hate numbers. I hate math. My mom loved it. That was like her favorite thing. She had like books and books and books of Sudoku. Like Sudoku in her phone, Sudoku books. Like that was her thing. Like books, reading books and Sudoku was her thing. Like it probably still is. But like we in a different time, so she probably plays like Sudoku on her phone or something. But yeah, but Sudoku was her thing. Like she would go to the store and buy like books of just Sudoku problems. Like that was her thing to do while she was waiting and whatnot. So, yeah. So we went I went to the back. The nurse was like, hi, take off your clothes, put on your little gown. So I did that. And like I'm laying down in this on this bed. I'm just like, oh God, can this doctor come on? Like it felt like I was in there for like an hour, like waiting. So she comes in with the nurse and they're like, hi, Miss Frazier. My name is Doctor. Can't remember her name. Doctor, I can't remember her name. Dang. But she was really nice. She's like, my name is Doctor So and So. And so what brings you in today? So like at this point, I'm like looking for my mom. So I'm like, I never tell the doctor what's bringing me in today, but whatever. So I was like, I'm just been like really nauseous. Like I didn't say nauseous because at that time I didn't know what nauseous was. I was like, I just like I want to throw up. Like I got a headache. I just want to lay down. Like, so she's like, oh, do you have a fever? I'm like, I don't think I have a fever. I just like I feel icky. So she's like, well, we ran a couple of tests. I mean, when they took blood, did they take blood that time? They didn't take blood. They took my urine. They're like, well, we're going to run some tests and we'll be back with you shortly. So I'm like, oh, great. Waiting for some more. So she comes back in, this time with the nurse again. And she was like, well, Miss Frazier, congratulations. So she was like, well, Miss Frazier, your test came back positive. So I'm like, hmm? Hmm? Positive for what, baby? You can't be in no gynecologist's office talk about your test came back positive. Cause baby, positive for what? It's some different positives, and we need to talk about which one it is, baby girl. Okay. So she said, well, no, kind of reassuring me that it was nothing. It was serious, but it wasn't, you know. So she was like, well, no, congratulations, Miss Brittany, you're pregnant. You're gonna be a mom. So I was like, what? Who? No way. I was like, baby girl, you must not know. I don't get pregnant. I don't do that. But so I was like, no, but seriously, y'all, I was like, boohoo crying, like, pregnant. What? Y'all, I was like, no, this is not right. So I'm like, the nurse was like passing me tissue. She was like, oh, it's gonna be okay. They thought I was there by myself, but I was like, no, my mom's in the waiting room. So I was like, oh, my mom, she's gonna kill me. So they were like, well, what's your mom's name? And I gave her my mom's name, and she goes out and she's like, oh, Miss da da da. So my mom comes to the bag, and I remember she had her bag. My mom used to carry this like clear bag. My mom used to work like corrections, so like I guess like one of the characteristics or whatever was to have like I guess a see-through bag where they can like see what's all in their bag or whatever. I don't know. She carried it everywhere. So she had this like see-through bag. She had her Sudoku book like closed up against her chest, and she was like, walks in the room. She's like, "What are you crying for?" And I was just looking at her. I looked at the nurse. I looked at the doctor. I was like, I started crying again. So dramatic. So then my mom was like looking at them like, well, what's going on? What's she crying for? And they were like, well, Miss Brittany is pregnant. And then I started boohooing again. So my mom was like, the infamous, what you crying for? I knew that already. Well, I didn't know. This is my body. So after crying for like what felt like 10 years, they finally, got everything together. They was like, go outside, set you up your first prenatal appointment. I'm like, prenatal appointment? No. So I go out. My mom, she has like this, she used to have this like calendar type thing that she took like everywhere that I guess was like her days that she had on and off of work, whatever. So she went to like set my appointment, make sure that the appointment that they set like fit her schedule so she can take me to the doctor. So yeah, so I remember just like standing there, like I can't believe that there's like a baby in my stomach. Oh God, that was like ridiculous. And then I remember the lady at the desk saying, "Bye, Miss Frazier. See you next time." I was like, "Yeah, whatever." So got in the car. My mom, she cranked the car up and she looked at me and she said, "Brittany, I want you to know that whatever decision you decide to make," and she was completely against abortions. Like that was not her thing. She said, "I want you to know that whatever decision you do decide to make, I will be here for you." That was another boo hoo woo hoo hoo moment. Um, yeah. So we drove home, and on my ride home, I was like contemplating, how am I going to tell my dad this? So got home. My dad wasn't there. I had some time to kind of reflect and think. And so when I basically my dad came home and he came up to the stairs and he said, well, what did the doctor say? Because he knew I was sick, but I guess like in his mind he didn't want to think like my baby girl's pregnant. Um I don't want to cry, I'm so emotional. Um I love my mom and I love my dad. Um my mom was a little bit more entwined with my teenager shenanigans, if you want to call it. So my dad came up the stairs and he goes, "What happened at the doctor?" And my mom looked at me and she said, "You need to tell him." I said, "Well, the doctor said I'm pregnant." My dad looked at me with so much disappointment. I'd never seen somebody so disappointed in my life. And he just walked out the house. He didn't say anything. He wasn't angry. Like, he didn't look angry, but he just, like, walked out the house, got in the car, and drove off. I remember I felt like crap. I was like, my dad hates me. His little girl is pregnant. So after that, I just kind of. So my dad came around. He's one of my biggest supporters. Um, as far as me and my kids, and he loved his grandkids. But it was a challenging time for me. I had a job, luckily. I was making like $7.50 an hour, Lord Jesus. Um, but my pregnancy went pretty well. Yeah. Didn't have much complications. Um, I did have a preeclampsia scare. But for the most part, I had a beautiful, healthy little boy, and I named him Aiden. And he was born like, I want to say a week before his due date. So, and he came in at 5 pounds, 5:15, 5 pounds 15 ounces. So pretty healthy to say the least. Um, but yeah, he's 8 and he's active. He's alive and well. And I'm still here. I'm still providing for him and his siblings. Um, we're doing okay. So I say this to say that this video is getting a little long, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short. But you're not alone. To that girl scared to take that pregnancy test, to take that, figure out what's going on. It's gonna be okay. God never puts more on any of us than we can handle. So this is Brii Brii, just telling you a little bit more about myself. If you guys can please, 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 please subscribe and thumbs up on this video and hit your bell notification so you can be notified when I post another video. I would greatly appreciate it. So peace and love for now, and happy holidays to everyone.